Hello, Cum Laude '06 here. My name is Rachel Spears. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time. I am very amateur at this YouTube stuff, so thank you for your patience with me. I have a Cum Laude BA in Sociology and Human Rights, Master in Genders and Communications, and I am a Black woman. So I am here today to react to Real Housewives of Potomac. Candice Dillard tells the Kardashians they give 0 Fs about Black men. Feels very appropriate with everything going on with Kim and Kanye right now. My partner is a Black man. He has a lot to say about it. Me as a Black woman, I guess it's apparently my duty to support this Black man no matter what he does because we're of the same race. Yeah, we're going to take me out the equation of an opinion and see what Candice Dillard of Real House of Potomac has to say about it. So thank you again for your patience. I'm still very amateur about this. So I've got it on my phone and I've got it on my TV back here. And I'm going to try and see how to sync it up because I still don't know how to put it up like all, the other YouTubers where you can put it up on the screen. So thank you again for your patience.
I'm going to say this one good time.
All right, she's getting started.
Because it'll be taken out of context. I don't feel about that. The Kardashians don't give a about Kanye West. They could give
Okay.
0.
She's already started. The Kardashians do not give an F about Kanye West. Optic-wise, I understand where she's coming from and how it's been for some years and some time. I personally don't know the Kardashians or Kanye, so I therefore withhold all personal judgment, assumptions, accusations, or opinions. I don't know them, so I don't know the outer workings of their day-to-day and everything that's going on now, especially with this divorce. But optics-wise, I understand where Candice is coming from, and it seems like the Kardashians don't care. All right. I just realized they're not synced at the same time. So here we go. We're going to keep going. There's that, and there's there.
About Kanye West, the man, the person, the Black man, the Black person, they could give 0. And if that was never clear to any of you before, let this circus that is currently running amok be the exact example that you need to see that. I'm a firm believer in everyone finding...
Okay, she's now saying the circus that's going on, is clear that the Kardashians don't care about Kanye. I feel like the Kardashians have always been a circus. They've always been a circus. They've always monetized every component of what's happening in their lives. They've always had a tendency to overshare things in the name of money, clicks, and views. So I don't think that's a surprise from the Kardashians. I don't think that's anything inconsistent from the Kardashians. I just think the stars, quote, no offense, keep getting bigger and bigger. Going from Ray J to Chris Humphries to Reggie and now Kanye. The star, the black male star in the focal point of it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so therefore the circus continues to get magnified. But the Kardashians have always been a circus, at least in my opinion.
Their love and finding their partner. And I tried to never subscribe to the idea that this family is...
Sorry again. Thank you for your patience with me. Still figuring out this amateurness.
Pimping and using Black men for their advancement.
Yes, they use black men for their advancement.
To see the good and to see...
I don't know what's good about that, but yes, they've always done that.
Who they're attracted to. And, I'm clearly married to a whole white man. But this incident, this chain events, I cannot ignore what everyone has been saying, what everyone has always said about.
I gotta pause right there again. She was saying how it seems like it's so apparent that they just have a tendency to exploit black men. I don't know how she just figured that out. I don't know how Kanye is just figuring that out. I don't. Every single time with a with a Chris, with a Ray. Well, Ray J may not have known because she wasn't who she is now. But with Chris, with Reggie, with Lamar Odom, with Kanye, with Reggie Bush, with who else has been there? French Montana. It seems apparent that they exploit men of color, African men, black men, for their gain, monetizing it, attention from it. I don't understand why that is like so perplexing. I don't understand why she's saying she's just now accepting that. I don't understand why people are trying to like sympathize with Kanye as if this hasn't been the scam the whole time. I don't get that. I guess she's saying because she's married to a white guy, she wanted to not see it. But again, that's more reflective of, I guess, her own lifestyle and her not trying to be being a pot in a kettle or something like that. But my partner's a black male, so I'll say this. That's been clearly apparent to everyone. I'm glad she's just figuring it out. I feel like maybe that's why she's kind of, in my opinion, kind of overreacting right now, because again, the circus just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger to the point that she can't ignore it. I believe when she made this, it was around the time of him running for president and, again, oversharing in his campaign, everything with Trump, whatever else. All right, let's keep going.
All of them, all of those women who just conveniently happen to end up with black men.
It's not convenience, choice.
Because if my husband,
your white husband,
white, purple, Chinese,
no purple people,
whatever,
you have a white husband,
was out in the public eye having a manic episode,
possibly, yeah.
Having mental breakdowns, because that is what is happening.
He might be having breakdowns.
A complete mockery of our medical system. I would be gearing up.
President Trump made a mockery of the system. Biden makes a mockery of the system.
Brittany being locked up and unable to exercise any of her rights because she's in a conservatorship that has been in place for 12 plus years. And
I'm going to do another pause right there. She's saying it's Kardashians' fault because Kanye looks bad right now because of him supporting Trump and now him running for president, that Kanye is making a mockery of the political system. Kanye didn't make more of a mockery than Trump already did. Than, in my opinion, Biden has done with his desperate grasping at straws to get people to vote for him. So the mockery of the presidential position, that's already been done. If he just wants to be the black guy doing it versus, again, rich white guys doing it, that's the only difference. But in terms of rich men for whom, in my opinion, as someone who my concentration was in public policy, interned and worked for U.S. senators, for a Connecticut General Assemblyman who worked with criminal justice reform. As someone who, has that experience, the mockery has already been done by rich white men for quite some time now. So if the rich black guy wants to get in on it, I don't necessarily think that's like shocking. That's what rich people do. They step into things for which they have no experience, probably don't have their mind and heart in the right place, but because they have the capital, because they have the money, they feel entitled to be in those spaces or own those spaces or run those spaces. And Kanye's been saying, because he's a black man, he shouldn't be humbled at all. So he's being just as egotistical as every other rich guy. Wouldn't be surprised if Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates wanted to run for president at some point too, under that same delusion of grandeur. She also went in talking about Britney Spears, who also is bipolar and she was in a conservatorship. She's not anymore. As someone who is also not only giving my black woman perspective, but as someone who does have mental illness, Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye was in a manic episode because he is showing the signs and mania of delusions and grandeur, being godlike. Um, Britney Spears has had her incidents, but I feel like Britney Spears as an openly bipolar person gets our community sympathy because even though yes she may have mentally emotional things going on for which she needs extra support. She may need to seek counsel sometimes about the choices that she makes. It doesn't mean that she's not intelligent. It doesn't mean that she's not hardworking. It doesn't mean she doesn't love her children. It doesn't that she doesn't love her family. She is capable of being all of those things, of being a contributing member of society while still being mentally ill. Kanye West, I agree with Candice, is like the other side of bipolar of just kind of like, oh my god, like he's, you know again, he's an adult male. He's entitled to do what he wants to do. I guess he feels like he's not hurting anybody else, so that's okay. But yes, he definitely seems, Kanye seems very erratic with his choices. He doesn't seem really thought out and logical with what he thinks and what he says when he does. He's just constantly coming from emotion, reacting. You ain't got the answer, Sway. So in that sense, he does make us bipolars look bad in the sense of like, you tell people you're bipolar and they're gonna freak out like you're just gonna, I don't know, have an emotional overreaction and just like yell and scream and share family secrets that maybe you shouldn't.